Hello everybody, surprise stream today for an unboxing. Uh, really excited. On Friday, something finally arrived. It had ended up being, found out it ended up being delayed in customs because the shipping box had gotten damaged. But I finally received the core game from my Kickstarter for Dark Souls, the board game. Which I have been waiting for a very long time, and I'm super excited to share the unboxing with you today. So this actually had to sit here in the studio in shrink wrap, teasing me for the last 2 days. So let's get right into it. So first of all, the box is huge. Standard size on top, but is obviously slightly larger. So similar box size to the new Mansions of Madness, a couple of the new Fantasy Flight games. So let's dig into the shrink wrap. All right. Okay. You notice the artwork is from Dark Souls 3, which is fine. It's the most popular one, but apparently, components cover a lot of stuff. I still haven't. This is just the core game, so none of the Kickstarter exclusives have been shipping yet, or the expansion content. Those will come later in the year, and you bet I'm going to be unboxing those too. All right. So just as let me see if I can. I'll switch to close-up cam here and show you the sides here. Looks like we got some. This is if you've got the Dark Souls artwork books. These are ripped straight out of concepts all the way around the box. So some familiar locations here. Very nice. And let's get inside. Oh. And I have died. Not expecting like the boom sound to come along with that. Very neat. Definitely keeping that one. And let's see what we got here. So, odd to not see the instruction manual be the first thing when you open a box up. Normally that's laid right on top with some other content here. Let's see what we got here. First, we have a card tray. Oh, nice. The Union Jacks all over the place. I'm assuming is referring to the English versions. So there's probably different packs for the German and French ones as well. Inspection day. Inspected by number 101. These look like boss. That looks like the Dancer of the Boreal Valley. Let me get a close up here. I'm not going to open the packs of cards yet, but that looks like the Dancer of the Boreal Valley, and this must be one of their boss effect cards. There's a whole bunch of symbology here, but very little text, so which is good for people who are playing with people who are visually impaired or may not be great readers as well. But actually, let's see if we can dig into these cards here. I'm curious. I really should have brought in my X-Acto knife then. And hopefully the soundtrack isn't too loud. I figured it was nice and thematic. Alright, here we go. Okay, so now we've got these do appear to be all the boss monster cards. So into the back here, no text. There's quite a few of them. Here we go, the Titanite Demon. So yeah, these are our bosses. And is this? Oh, we also got some of the enemy behavior cards as well. So these appear to be all the enemy behavior cards. And what's in this? This first Obviously very English pack here. They're very, very tightly packed, which is kind of a good thing. It means that they're not going to take any damage while they're being shipped. And I shouldn't be using my teeth here, but again, I forgot my X-Acto knife in the other room. Super attractive to have. I bet you the thumbnail for this is going to end up being me digging into one of these packs. Okay, let's move on to the rest of the stuff here. Cards aren't very exciting. We got a lot more stuff to look at. Oh, this one's actually deeper than it seems. We're starting to get into the bottom of the box here. So we've got some cubes of red, black, and neutral colors. And it looks like we got some boss miniatures in here. Oh yeah. Oh, look at these. Let's see how. All right. Wow. So that's enormous. So here's the Titanite Demon. Come on to close up here. That tail is enormous. In fact, yeah, right, it's just warped slightly so it hits the table and lifts the model up. But that's incredible. The detail is fantastic. So you got the arcs here clearly marked on the base that's used for the combat, because you can approach from the sides or from the back. And can you believe it? I forgot their names. I must have died thousands of times to these two guys. A little bit of warping on the hammer here, but considering how heavy it is, that's not entirely unexpected. But again, the detail is fantastic. The Dancer. Yeah, the original sculpts had the feet further apart. I'm not too sure how I feel about the 2 feet together. One, it does look like it's lunging toward you, but when you look at her profile, it looks kind of strange. We've got. This appears to be a winged knight. It's a regular enemy, but it's a gigantic base for a regular enemy. I got I believe it's a gargoyle. Yeah, that's a gargoyle. Anyone playing the first Dark Souls will remember that one pretty clearly. And if I remember, this is starting to be fuzzy now. This is another. The other Dark Souls 3 boss from the same area as the Dancer. Again, I can't remember his name. It's Bort of the Boreal Valley, isn't it? I believe so. That's really strange names, but these are huge sculpts. Possibly the biggest miniatures I've ever had in any board game. Certainly dwarfing some of the ones that I have from Mansions of Madness. So those are quite incredible. I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to get this plastic bit back on again. So let's put that aside for now and dig into the rest of this box. So these will probably be our smaller miniatures, including the player ones. Oh, and the dice too. Oh, it looks like the player miniatures have gone flying all over the place. So that's fine. So let's start off. We've got a couple more. Well, we got our... To finish off the pairing of... We got the Dragon Slayer himself. Towers quite nicely over the rest of them. Let's bring them both together. These two are basically a pair, right? I mean, you can't have them one next to another. So hopefully that can do something to fix that hammer there. Nice to see these two together in sculpt form finally. And some larger knight bosses, knight enemies. Again, very, very nice sculpts. Oh, God. And Silver Knight archers. Who's excited to run up against these guys? I cannot wait to get severely impaled with huge, large arrows again. Alright, we got some fairly large axe-wielding enemy models. Got a couple of those. And now we've got the smaller ones. We've got a few Silver Knights. It's funny because I've been spending the last time I was playing Dark Souls 3 before Persona 5 came out, all I was doing basically was spending my time farming these guys. And we got some bog standard enemies here, melee and ranged. The 3 of those. And here are our player characters. We've got 4 of them in the base set. I can't remember who they conform to exactly, so I gotta get the rule book out here, which is quite thick. I'll cut to overhead in a second here. But we've got, this is the assassin. We got our herald. Oh, is that? Yeah, that's the herald. The scope's a little different in the book here. We have our knight. Sorry about that. The lawnmower there. And our warrior. The Kickstarter and exclusives and expansions will come with a few more player characters as well. Right, Dragon Slayer Ornstein and Executioner Smau, the Dancer of the Boreal Valley, the Boreal Outrider Knight, that's him. The Gargoyle, the Titanite Demon, and the larger one was the Winged Knight. Alright, excellent. So, lots of nice little minis here, and more to come, obviously. Again, trying to fit them back in their boxes is always going to be fun. Some slight warping of the miniatures, but that's not entirely unexpected. Alright, so our smaller miniatures. Let's pack those away. Bring them back out again on Wednesday when we do the breakaway stream. We have our dice. Got 5 black ones and 2 orange ones. And the orange one here has 4 swords on one side. Looks to be more damaging attacks, and the black ones only have 2, and they've got 1 blank face. The orange ones do not have a blank face at all. And then we've got green and blue die. Blue dice have 3 swords and no, 3 swords and no blank spaces. And then we've got green die, which I believe are used for evasion. I got 2 of these, 3 of these symbols here, so 50-50, and then a blank other side. So I got 6 of those, and 7 other dice here. So we've got 13 custom dice. And now we go ahead and let's take a look at. Sorry, Smog. Let's put you off to the side for the moment. Well, we got quite a few tiles in here. So these are the actual game board tiles. The symbols on them will equate to where we end up putting enemies. So we got the doorways on them to match up the paths that you enter and exit from. And I believe this looks like a boss tile here with the boss symbol on there. This looks like the dancer's room. And we got a bonfire room, which I'm sure we will be starting in over and over and over again. Same thing on this side, just a little bit of a different of the soul symbol here. Yeah, all these are double-sided too. So we've got two different boss tiles. There's two different looks on either side. We've got a rickety bridge here, and a carpeted antechamber. Tiled room. And that seems to do. Oh no, we've got a few more down here. We've got lots and lots and lots of board tiles. Okay, so here's all the board tiles we've got. How many got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them, and I think 2 of them are boss tiles. So we got this one. And this one, so mid boss and then full boss. So 7 regular tiles, and then there's the 1 bonfire tile. And now we've got all of our tokens. Got a whole bunch of wheels that we're gonna have to put together for the bosses, health wheels, I'm guessing. So we've got the Dancer and Ornstein, Smog, the Boreal Outrider Knight, the Winged Knight, and the Titanite Demon. The Winged Knight gets one. We got Estus Flasks here, some Humanity, some other symbols here, some Soul symbols. We'll have to pop all those out. Oh, Dental Death. We got, then now we got the individual character cards. We've got the Assassin card. Got some pop-outs here for each of the, so for level ups, that's interesting. Got some treasure chests here. The mimics will be coming in later on. So interesting to see how those factor into the game. So we got the Assassin tile. These are connected. We got the Knight tile and the Warrior tile. I can separate these here. All right. Now it's also got individual powers here up in the upper left-hand corner for each of the character types, and then equipment cards. So scratching that need to upgrade itch that Dark Souls always does for us. So that's fantastic, and it looks like it's got some status effect tokens down here as well for freeze, bleed. And on the Herald, was the last character card we got. We got the, I'm assuming these are poison, but a similar setup here. On the back, we got Dark Souls, the board game. We got a Sunlight medallion down here too. So that's it for the contents of the box here. We got the rulebook. The rulebook is quite thick, so I'm hoping it's not going to take too long to get through. I've seen a lot of the playthrough videos. It seems that the mechanics are actually fairly simple. It's just there's a lot of explanation for them, and the iconography, which again is great for people who are that there's less reading. Once you know them, they seems to be fairly easy to pick up. But there's going to be a lot of making sure that we're understanding what all the iconography means. But once I've seen playthroughs, once it seems to get going, the plays fairly quickly, and you have to jump back in every time you die, just like the regular game itself. There's also a campaign mode. The artwork also is quite nice. It feels like it's a very good companion to the overall Dark Souls experience, which a lot of us love so much. I've played so much of the Dark Souls and Bloodborne. So everything, again, very much in feel. Good for a starting set of the board game. Can't wait to get the extra stuff that's coming later this year. I'll be sure to unbox that as soon as I get it. I'll be digging in through all of this. We'll be doing a Dark Souls solo stream on Wednesday on the Breakaway. So hope you enjoyed the unboxing. Keep an eye out for the video again on YouTube, and check out www.theboardgamer.com for more content. And we'll see you Wednesday.